All right, guys, welcome in. Welcome in. Appreciate you guys tuning in. We're going to get right into this, talking about Nick Fuentes. I mean, this guy is so controversial, and there's not a lot of things I agree with Nick Fuentes on, but I will tell you, most of what he says about the Black community, if not all of what he says about the Black community, I completely agree. And the problem is that we as a society, especially the Black community, they can't call it out because most Black people vote Democrat, right? And most Black people in this country they want to be the victim. You know, they want people to feel sorry for them, even though they haven't had any struggles or stuff like that. You know, they bring up slavery and they want reparations and things like that. They want white people to feel sorry for them. They want the white guilt. So that's why most Black people vote Democrat, because the Democratic Party enables that guilt. They say, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry for you guys. Here's, the government assistance, whatever you guys need. We're so sorry, apologetic, even though a small percentage of white people own slaves. It was a very small percentage. And not only that, 3,775 Black people actually owned slaves during that time period in the 1830s. So, this whole white, bad man is just nonsense. And I'm glad that Nick Fuentes actually, has the balls to call it out. Now, some people will say, most of the Black people will say, it's racist what he's saying. It's racist. But the problem is that it's true. It's very true about the stuff that he says. And I'm going to play you the clip. And then we're going to actually show you some clips when he's talking about Black accountability and the Black responsibility. We're actually going to show you some clips that back up his claims of why white people are so sick and tired of Black people. And when you see these clips, you're going to sit there and say, damn. Wow, I had no idea that's going on. This is what's being taught, because it starts at an early age. It's not like people are just thrown into when you're 20 and 25 or whatever, and you start doing this stuff. No, this stuff is taught at an early age. And we're actually going to show you, I'm going to show you some videos of why it's taught at a certain age. It's going to be insane. So let's just take a look at this clip of what Nick Fuentes has to say, because it's actually very mind-blowing.
And you say, what the fuck? You're not supposed to do that. If everybody did that, it would just be another lane, and, not everybody can do that. But it's like these people have no respect for decorum. They think the rules don't apply to them. They have no respect for society. Like, that's their interaction is they are a waiter, and they wait on a Black table, and the Black people don't tip, and they're fucking rude. Like, that's most people's interactions. It's stuff like that. They go to the DMV, and they see a Black person behind the counter, and they say, oh, here we go. And the person's rude. Now, it just goes to show people are not racist. It goes to show people don't like people that are rude. That people don't, it's unpleasant. People want to be treated with consideration.
I will say this. It has nothing to do with skin color. And this is very true for whatever reason. I'm not sure why, if it's just being cheap, but if you work hospitality, if you talk to bartenders, you talk to servers, which group of people are less likely to tip? And I guarantee 9 times out of 10, if not 10 times out of 10, they will tell you Black people don't tip. They don't tip appropriately. They just don't, whatever reason. And even if they have the best customer service, you can talk to a server, bartender, and you'll be like, oh, godly, they do not want to deal with it because they know they're not going to get tipped. And I don't know if it's the culture, what's going on, but it's not until you work in hospitality you actually start seeing this, and you start seeing repeat offenders of this, and then you actually start building up this notion that you can start telling which person is going to tip and which person is not going to tip. I mean, the people that complain about the little stuff, make my drink stronger, this is what is going on, blah, blah, trying to get a comp drink or whatever because they're just making a small complaint. Those people aren't going to tip. So I think Nick's he's very accurate about Black community not tipping.
And respect. And it is true that Black people are, in this day and age, unfortunately, seem to have very low moral character. It's not even just the violence, although the violence is pretty striking. If you live your life and you know that you're going to be mugged by Black people, it kind of colors your opinion or perception of Black people, wouldn't you say? If 99% of the carjackings and stabbings and shootings that you see in Chicago are by Black people, when you're walking down the street late at night, guess what you're looking for? Black people. And you equate that with danger. And it doesn't take a lot of them to spoil the whole bunch like that. And
what he just said is absolutely true, 100%. Because again, it's not all Black people, but it's that 15 to 20%, those thug criminals that just give everybody a bad name, and it makes nobody want to deal with black people because you just don't know which one you're going to get. Are you going to get the good, upstanding one that's going to pay his taxes, pay his bills, raise his family, take care of his wife, and all? Are you going to get that one? Or are you going to get the hood criminal? And guess what? If you see all these people around you that are just being thugs, you don't want to be around any of them. And that small 10 to 15% of black people that are causing all this crime, all this chaos in the country is ruining for everybody.
And we just want black people to take accountability and say, look, I'm not a bad person. I'm not a bad person. It just seems that every time I encounter you people, for the most part, it's negative. And sometimes extremely negative, like I could get a gun in my face. You know? That's a problem. And people go, well, you are just loaded up with hatred and racism. It's like, I'm really not. I'm a really friendly person. I'm a really polite, friendly person. I give everybody a chance. But if I'm someplace and I see some black person walking in with their pants sagging and they can't articulate what their problem is or what they need, and they're rude and they're aggressive, and I'm in fear for my life, like, yeah, I have a problem with all of that.
And I know it's going to get called racist, but this is absolutely not racist at all. This is going to apply for anybody. This applies for me. If I'm walking, let's say late at night, and my car is a half a block away, and all of a sudden I'm walking by myself and I see some hood ass black dudes with their pants off their butt, looking like they're up to no good. Am I going to walk that direction, or am I going to take the long route? It's what it is. It's how you're dressed. Now, if I see 10 black dudes with suit and ties, briefcases, well, I'm not going to say anything. What's going on, guys? How you doing? But it's causing people to have a negative reaction of how you present yourself. When you have your pants off your butt, when you have, these long t-shirts and your hat cocked to the side and all this stuff, and you, like you said, you can't articulate yourself and you just talk ghetto. Nobody wants to be around that. So he's 100% right.
And people go, and these black people go, well, you're racist, you're racist. It's like, no, I just hate inconsiderate behavior. If black people were super well behaved, we would be racist in the other direction. We'd say, black people, oh yes, dude, yes. My day is about to turn around for the better. What can I help you with, sir? Please come right on in. Man, what a relief to see you here. You're a sight for sore eyes. If black people were known for being the best, then we would be racist in the other direction. Oh, finally. So yeah, that really bothers me. It just bothers me in this damn ass city, because that's all it is in Chicago.
As it should, as it should. I think he's touched on a lot of great points. I mean, accountability, responsibility, just perceiving yourself. And again, he knows that people are going to call him racist. And a lot of people in the black community, Democrats, are going to call him racist for that. The problem is that the black community, and actually not even just the black community, just Democrats in general, will call you racist, even if it's true. They just don't like the word that you're saying. So they're going to call you racist to deter you from saying those controversial remarks, because they don't want people at the end of the day to know the truth. And the truth is, black people don't tip. A lot of them don't tip. They're rude when it comes to hospitality, when it comes to walking into a teller, like he said, oh my gosh, what kind of reaction am I going to get now? And I just don't know why that is. We have to get to the root of the problem, try to figure out what's going on. But I'm going to play these clips to you, and it's going to show you why some black people are just so ghetto. You can't take them everywhere. I mean, they ruin the littlest things, the most family friendly functions they ruin. And I have no idea why, but let's just show you this one. Okay, my question is, how do you ruin cheerleading? Has anyone ever seen that before? Has anyone ever seen a fight at a cheerleading function like that? How ghetto is that? Insane. You're talking about you're bringing your kids and your family and your wife and your husband to see your daughter perform, and all of a sudden a full-on brawl breaks out. It's ghetto trash. How do you ruin a high school cheerleading function? But this again, it's culture. It's how you get brought up, and this is what I want to show you. These people, some of the Black community, are taught this at an early age. And if you don't believe me, look this out. Check this out.
That's why we gotta make it, because Bookie, I gotta go steal my outfits before my video shoot. Yo. Sade. 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 Sade.
Put it on today. Blow it. Yeah. Mama, blow it.
And don't ask me why I'm stealing all types, bitch, because they $40, bitch.
Okay, I'm gonna rewind this video, but this woman is stealing. She stole clothes and is burning the security tag off of it in front of her children and laughing about it with her friend. A thief doing crime, burning the security tag in front of her kids.
That's why we gotta make it, because Bookie, I gotta go steal my outfits before my video shoot. Yo. Sade. 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 Sade.
Put it on today. Blow it. Yeah. Mama, blow it.
The most ghetto thing you've probably ever seen. But I got something even worse. I got two more clips, and I'm going to save the best one for last. But again, this is what's being taught at an early age. Crime. These kids, you think these kids are going to be a doctor, lawyer, judge, police? You think you're going to have respectable professions in this country? No. Her mama's a thief doing crime, burning the security tag in front of the kids, and she's laughing with her friend. What do you think these kids are going to do when they grow up? It's insane. And then you have people stealing. It's so imagine seeing stuff like this every single time. You know, when you go to Target, when you go to Walmart, when you go to CVS, when you go to Walgreens, you see stuff like this all the time. What does that make you think when you see a bunch of them come in? You know what I mean? And it's causing America to have a really bad taste in their mouth when it comes to the Black community, because no one is stopping it except for Donald Trump. Thank God he's trying to stop the crime in DC. And I hope he goes to some of these other Democratic cities like Chicago and Baltimore and all these other places that have terrible crime like this. You see this person, this good Samaritan, was just walking in the store and sees all these people trying to steal, and he tried to stop them. I mean, how many times are we just going to see people just loot stores with nothing happening? But this is the last one. This video I'm going to show you right now is probably the most disturbing video I've seen. And again, it's the Black culture teaching their kids at a very early young age. And it's sad. It's very sad.
Hey, y'all crazy.
My kids are
All right, guys, we're gonna replay it.
Hey, y'all crazy.
my kids are
Oh no. JJ either drunk.
The mom is playing rap music. The kids have their middle fingers up. You know, one girl showed like she's dancing in the back, having a good time. You know, kids have to be what, 3, 4 years old? Kids honking her horn to the friend. The mom's honking her horn. Hey, girl, what's going on? While the kids are acting ghetto. These 3 and 4, 5-year-old acting ghetto as hell. These kids will grow up to be criminals if they even get to grow up at all. I mean, most of the time when you have these young ghetto moms who have kids at early age and they raise these young ghetto kids that are eventually either going to go to prison or they're going to die, gang violence or whatever. And this is the problem that I have. You see this culture. You see the culture, and guess what? They still blame the white man. Well, the white man did this, or I need reparations. When you're teaching their kids this, I think we all need to address this. We need to stop blaming white people, because the white people is not responsible for that. That is terrible parenting. Just showed you guys 2 videos of terrible parenting. One video of the woman trying to burn the security tag off, and then the other video allowing her kids to throw the middle finger up while they're playing this ghetto rap music. And they have the nerve to ask for reparations. This is the problem with the black community right now. And I love that Nick is calling it out. Somebody's got to call it out. But it's not only calling it out and talking about it, it's what are we going to do to actually address it? What are we going to do to fix this stuff? Because you can't just keep talking and talking and talking about it and nothing get done. We have to take a stance. If it's, giving harsher penalties, you get mandatory a year in prison if you get caught shoplifting. I don't care what it is, if it's a candy bar or something to deter crime. Because if you're just talking about it and not doing anything, it's going to keep happening. We cannot let white people feel guilty anymore for doing nothing, because that is not white people's fault. That is terrible, terrible culture that is being taught to kids. And guess what? These kids will be nothing but ghetto losers when they grow up, and they're going to ruin society and make more people not want to be around them. We have to get to the root problem of this. And it's a problem. And that small percentage of young ghetto black people that are affecting the rest of this country, they have to be dealt with and they have to be addressed. I don't know if it's Donald Trump that's got to do something, or the administration that has to do something, or the major cities, but we have to have harsher penalties for crime. That's what we have to do. Because if we just allow California, like all these other Democratic states, to just allow crime to happen because they're too afraid to call out the crime in the black community, it's going to keep getting worse, and it's going to keep destroying America. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, like, comment, subscribe. I'm out of here.